Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are, together again on the radio. I got to get this call on the air here. I'm going to get this on the air. Eric?
Yes.
What did you want to say here?
Well, where do I begin? I've been seeing this girl for almost a year. And at the beginning when I first met her, I didn't know that she had a son.
So she hid that from you?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Okay. So how long were you dating her before you found out she had a kid?
About 6 months.
Where was she hiding the kid all that time?
I guess at her mom's house. She was in the process of going through divorce, and she was staying at her friend's house, and her mom was watching the kid and whatnot. And we were in a relationship for 6 months, and then she brought this on me, and I was kind of like, I don't want to be a dad to the kid, But as the relationship went on, I grew into a relationship with her, and it grew stronger. But it got to the point where now I'm picking her son up from preschool, and I'm actually paying for preschool, and I didn't sign up for this.
Well, you did sign up for it.
Well, I didn't sign anything to sign up for this, but it feels like I kind of got trapped into doing this.
How did you get trapped into it?
Well, she was like, well, I'm going through a really tough time at work, and she's not having enough work. She's in sales, so she was in a tight spot, and I said, hey, I can help out. But I didn't say
why did you do that?
On a regular basis.
Why did you do it at all?
Because I have feelings for her.
Yeah, but it's not your problem. Where's the father of this child?
He's non-existent. He's not around.
Really? And who picked that guy to father her child?
She did.
This is her problem.
Yeah.
Why did you ever get involved in it?
Yeah, I don't know. Because the poon is great.
Yeah, but now if you're going to pay for poon, hire a hooker. You know why? They go away. They don't have children. They've got when you call them, they're there to have sex with you, and then they leave when you want them to leave.
I don't know what to do. I really like.
Stop doing it.
You just stop doing it.
Yes.
Hey, look, I really don't care what position.
It's not your responsibility.
Right.
It's not your responsibility.
All right.
Is it?
No, it's not actually. It's not my.
Right. So she asked you to help out, and you did. And then what made her think you were going to continue?
I guess the fact that just like you are consistent with all your statistics, she probably thought I was just going to be consistent with my checkbook and just signing the.
But you told her you were just going to help her out of a pinch.
Yeah, but I think as she got into as we got deeper into the relationship, she thought I was taking her for advantage. I guess she's taking me for advantage because, like, I'm signing the checks, and I told her.
Essentially, you're paying for. You understand? You're paying for sex here.
I guess I am.
That's what you're doing.
Look at it like that, yeah.
That's what you're doing.
I guess that's.
Do you give a rat's ass about this kid?
He's a really good kid. He's funny as hell. And I'm teaching him stuff, but he's a good kid. And he just got.
There's plenty of good kids out there, but he's not your kid, and he's not your problem. He's not your accident. He's not your mistake. He's not your responsibility.
Yeah.
He can be a perfectly good kid. By the way, I love kids.
Yeah,
especially boys. I flip for them. I think they're great. Okay, love them.
Yeah.
But the people who father them should pay for them.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get this kid on the Tom Leykis path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to get yourself on the Tom Leykis path. Tom Leykis would not be writing checks for some kid's preschool.
Yeah.
You see, you're not on the Tom Leykis path.
Yeah, I know. I need to get on it.
So you need to stop giving money for this purpose. This isn't your problem. On top of that, you're not doing it because you care about the kid. You're doing it because you want to get laid.
Then what? If I stop paying her, paying for the preschool,
she'll probably start dating a guy who will pay.
Yeah.
Because your girlfriend's a hooker.
Right.
She's a hooker.
Only there for the money.
She's a prostitute. You see? She's a prostitute. So when you tell her you're not going to pay anymore, she'll break up with you, and then she'll start dating other guys till she finds another one with a checkbook. What does that make her?
A hooker.
Does this sound like a love to you, Eric?
It does not to me, sir.
No, it's not. It's not love at all.
No.
So how much have you actually paid in? How many payments have you made? How much total?
It's $450 a month. I've been paying for the past 5.5 months.
So, in essence, you have paid $2,700.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of sex you could get for $2,700? From a much hotter chick than this?
The best in the entire world?
Bet. And there'd be no saying, oh, I can't find a babysitter so we can't have sex tonight, or, oh, I have to get up early in the morning to take the kid to preschool so we can't have sex tonight, or I have a headache because I've been helping the kid with homework all day. You'd get sex when and where you wanted it, and then she would go away.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Man.
That's what's happening here. Yes, she'll stop.
You're right, Tom. You're totally right, and
she will stop dating you when you stop paying.
Yeah. Man. It's the power of money, huh? That's all women want.
Are you just figuring this out?
Well, I thought she might be the exception to the rule.
That's true love. She's dating you because you pay for her kid's preschool. I'll bet she loves you a lot. She loved you long time.
You're right, Tom. All I got to do is stop paying. You know, I'll probably be single, and I'll give you a call back and let you know how that went.
Well, we're not letting you off that easily because we got a lot of people calling in. Will you hold on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to hear what the Vox Populi has to say about this.
Tom Leykis.
Come on.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Being a man, having an orgasm is like taking a whiz. And for women, I think having a kid is like taking a dump. Okay, now let's just face facts. This is basic human desire, need, feelings, biology, all that.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. All right, we're talking to a listener named Eric. And Eric is dating a single mother. He didn't know she was a single mom. She hid that fact for 6 months till she had him in the door. Using her fellaciotic talents, whatever other talent she had. She got him in the door, then said, oh, guess what? By the way, how'd that come out, Eric, that she had a son? Did you find out by accident, or did she tell you?
Well, she started taking a lot of time during the day from work, and I would call her and we'd talk while she was at work, and she said she had to run to her mom's house, and then I was like, "What's at your mom's?" And then she kind of slipped a little bit, and she was like, "Well, my son," and I was like, "You're what?" And she's like, "My son," and I was like, "Huh?" And I kind of got mad at the first part, but I didn't know how to react. Like, I was frustrated. I was like, how can you hide this from me? Like, do I deserve this? Like, you know, what's going on? Am I going to have to take care? Like, a whole bunch of stuff was running through my head. I didn't know how to react to it. So we took some time apart, and then we just started talking again, and then she kind of got into the financial situation, and you know how girls get when they, you know, do the little boo-hoo eyes, and, you know, they can be very persuasive with their fellatio techniques, I guess you can say. But,
So did you give her crap for hiding it from you?
Yeah, I did. I was like, you know, what else are you hiding from me? You know, are you married again? You know, you got another kid running around somewhere? Do I know? Like, what? You know, like, what's going on? You know, I don't know if I could trust her fully because, like, why? If that's such a big responsibility in her life, why can't she just come out and tell me in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, it just really kind of got to me that I just didn't really understand, to the point where I was just like shocked. But I get over things easily, I guess, and just moved on, and then I kind of got sucked into talking.
So first she lies to you, deceives you, then asks you for money.
Yes.
And you just tolerate it all. All right, let's take some calls here. Vernon on the Tom Leykis Show for Eric. Hello.
Hey, Dad.
How you doing, son?
I can't believe this. He finds out about the kid, then whips out the checkbook. Isn't that just, oh, my goodness. Leave. She hides the girl from you. Oh, you get a little upset, and then, oh, my, I can't believe you just didn't dump her. He hasn't been listening to you, Tom. Unbelievable.
You're right. You're totally right. I should have left when I had the opportunity, but I guess I had stronger feelings than I thought, and I just was attached. But
now you got stronger feelings for the kid. Now you're picking him up from daycare. Now you're paying for daycare. And pretty soon you'll probably find out she has another boyfriend and another kid. Where's it going to stop, dude? Leave now.
Yeah, what else is she lying about?
Leave.
Yeah.
It's just going to cost you more money. Trust me. I went down the wrong road. I should have, before I knew about Tom, I'm paying for it now. But, hey, now, you need to leave immediately.
Hey, thanks, brother.
That's it.
Thank you, Vernon. Appreciate the call. Here comes Scott on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Okay.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe Eric stated, I'm not signed up for this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I hate to tell you this, but your penis is a pen, and a vagina is a contract. You entered into that contract knowingly.
You're absolutely right.
There you go.
I dipped my pen in the ink, and I signed on the piece of paper.
Yeah, well, just remember, man, you control the pen, so just dot her I's and cross the T's and kick her to the curb. It's Tuesday. Yeah. Trash goes out on Tuesday, dude.
Yep, that's right.
Take me out old school, Tom.
Here you go, Scott. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Rebecca on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement?
I'm saying hello.
Is that with a question mark at the end or with a period?
There's no theory. I'm saying hi. How are you?
Oh, hi.
Okay. I could barely hear you. I had my speakerphone on. How are you?
You shouldn't be on the speakerphone, and Dean told you that before you got on.
Well, I was on hold, so now I'm off of it.
Right.
In any event,
I'm great.
I'm just wondering why you are so bitter towards women.
I'm not bitter towards women. I just don't want to pay for their mistakes.
Okay, but you're not letting me finish.
I don't want to take on their responsibilities.
And nobody's asking you to, but what about the single dads out there who meet women and want them to get involved in a relationship?
I've been very clear about it. Obviously, you're a new listener because I've told women many times you don't want that baggage.
Okay, you emphasize it way more on men than you do women. It takes two to tango in all situations. And
guess what? The other person who tangoed with Eric's girlfriend, he skipped off. He tangoed into the sunset. And now Eric is paying for the leftover trash.
But nobody asked him to. And
yes, someone did ask him to.
That's a child.
Someone did. Well, it's not. Guess what? It's not his problem.
And you know what? You're right, but nobody asked him to stay there.
Yes, someone asked him, and he did it. He was a fool for saying yes.
Did the girl ask him to pay for her? I mean, I don't understand why.
Eric, did your girlfriend ask you to pay?
She said, may you please help me with preschool? And I said, I'd have to think about it. She kept on persistently asking, fellatio asking. And then she asked again, and I said, sure, no problem, for a couple months, no problem, I'll help you out.
You know, and I'm speaking as a girl, as a single mother, and it's just going to get worse. I am financially stable on my own. I don't ask for anything.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about Eric's girlfriend.
Okay, but you know what? You're always saying how all women are trash.
I never said all women are trash. That's your interpretation of what I say. I never said that.
I hear you all the time talking about, okay, bitches, there we go. That's a little bit better. That's more your...
I never said all women are bitches.
Vocabulary.
Because the fat and fugly can't afford to be bitches.
That's right.
Who can't afford to be bitches?
The fat and the fugly.
Well, I don't have that problem, so I wouldn't know.
We're not talking about you.
All I'm saying is that it's really up to you at the end of the day whether you want to stay in the situation and continue to pay.
Right, and we say Eric should get out. Do you agree, Rebecca?
I agree if he's not willing to, because let's talk about the kid who is the victim in this whole thing.
Eric did not make the kid a victim.
No, I understand that.
And if Eric stops paying, it's not his fault that the kid can't go to preschool.
Right, it's actually up to her. She's the one that decided to get pregnant, and she's the one that decided to get into the situation which she's in. You know, I mean, sometimes you can't predict it like I couldn't predict it with my daughter's father, but I chose to go to school and get an education and make a good life for me and my daughter, not depend on any other guy. And I think that's what you're...
Yeah, but having a child at age 20 and getting pregnant at age 19 was not a good move, no matter how much you love your daughter.
You know, I was actually 21 and already done with college, so I was okay. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how old this lady was when she had her child. age doesn't really make a difference because you can be 40.
Actually, it does make a difference.
No, it doesn't, because you can be 35 and be totally screwed up financially and have a child.
It does make it. The younger you have a child, the more likely it is that kid will become a teenage parent, an alcoholic, a drug addict, the next carjacker. It's just a statistical fact, and we've read these statistics. So what age are you
saying that you are okay to... Are you saying there's a set age?
Honestly, I don't think women should ever have a child without a man in the picture.
Yes, but that's not always true because people get married and they get divorced.
I'm not saying they don't, but the best chance of having a successful child, a child who will not live in poverty, a child who will not be an alcoholic, a drug addict, or a criminal, is to have a child in the context of a nuclear family.
But you never know what can happen.
You never know what can happen. But one thing you know for sure is if you start out a single mother, all those problems are more likely to happen to that kid. Whereas if you get married, sure, you might get divorced, you might not, but the odds are better. The kid's going to turn out better.
Okay, well, like you've
That's a statistical fact.
You've been divorced 4 times. What if in one of those divorces you had a child? Are you trying to say that when your kid grew up, they're going to end up getting divorced? I mean, it doesn't always work out that way. It would make it more likely. Yes, it would. Or it would make it more likely they wouldn't get married. You know, the average a man now gets married at age 28. That's the medium age. It's the oldest it's ever been. And that's because many adult men grew up with single mothers. They do not want to repeat the mistakes of their parents getting divorced. No, I know. You're absolutely right. But, I mean, it's not always that way. Like, my dad died when I was 3, but my mom didn't see that. She didn't see that coming down the road. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a lot of kids out there that
So you grew up without a dad, and you decided to repeat that for your kid.
No, my mother actually remarried when I was young, and we had a family.
But it wasn't your dad. It was somebody else.
That doesn't... Well, are you trying to say because my dad passed away that she's not supposed to get remarried?
No, I'm saying that it does make a difference to you.
What do you mean it makes a difference?
Well, look what you did. You went ahead and had sex with a guy who was irresponsible, manifestly irresponsible, who disappeared on you, who did not take on his responsibility, who bolted.
I actually made him disappear, okay?
Why'd you do that?
Because I felt that he wasn't the kind of person that I wanted in my daughter's life.
Well, why didn't you wait until you knew the guy well enough to have a child?
People change, Tom. You know
no, you know what? They don't. They don't.
Actually, okay, so why did you marry all 4 of the women that you married then?
Because I was an idiot.
Okay.
And I admit it. I admit it. Can you admit you were an idiot?
Because I made a mistake one time. You obviously don't get it.
But guess what? Here's the mistake I didn't make. I didn't have children with any of them.
But you could have.
I did not have children with any of them.
Really
no, I could not have. No, they all understood.
Are you trying to say that you're not able to have kids?
No, I'm saying that I use birth control, and I made it very clear every time I got married. Control? Yeah, I use condom every time, and I'm going to tell you...
Condoms don't... You always say condoms aren't 100% accurate.
I do, and I'll go 2 steps further. One is the women I was with all use birth control, and on top of that, one of the 4, and I won't say who, got pregnant while we were together and had an abortion because that was our agreement.
Okay, but...
And for that, she was a very cool chick for not ruining my life.
You're exactly right, but it could have easily gone the other way.
It could have. Well, yes, she could have been dishonest. But guess what? Everybody I married, I'll say this, everybody I married, I at least knew them well enough to know they wouldn't do that to me. And you didn't know the man who impregnated you.
Of course I knew him.
No, you didn't. So did you know then he was manifestly irresponsible and you have to make him go away?
He changed. Okay,
No. You were too young. You were too young to know what kind of person you were with.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but probably.
But the point being is that my daughter's not baggage. She's actually an awesome child. She's a part of me. And
wonderful.
There are several men that are willing.
Oh, I'm not saying there aren't.
I'm just
saying. Yeah, well, that's wonderful. But the fact is that men who do,
responsible for my child.
Well, ultimately, as Eric, yeah, you say you would never. But if you were out of work for a month, which could easily happen. Because the economy is up and down.
Yeah, but that's not what I look for.
You might have to tap one of these guys and say, help me.
That's not what I live for, though. There's a lot of women
You may not live for it, but there are women who do it, like Eric Pho.
Okay. Well, you know.
By the way, why did you kick the father of your child out? What was the specific reason?
Because he wasn't a positive role model for my daughter.
What does that mean? What was he, a drug addict?
No, he wasn't a drug addict.
Alcoholic? Gang member?
He just wasn't, because of us not working out, I felt that he was going to take it out on my daughter.
What, he was a physical abuser?
No, he wasn't. He just, the way that he would talk to my daughter about me and everything, I just didn't think that it was a positive situation.
I see. So he's he was a responsible person in every way, gainfully employed, a good person.
He was employed and everything, but the way
and a good
he was
person.
talking about me.
What was he saying about you?
That it was, it was because it was my fault that we broke up and this and that. That's just not something.
Oh no, that's after you broke up. What happened before you broke up?
We just didn't work out. I mean,
what does that mean? You didn't work out? Why were you having children? But the point is, I didn't have children. See, that's the difference. I didn't have any children. I didn't inflict my pain on new human beings like you did.
I didn't inflict anything.
Your little girl has to grow up without a father. And
not necessarily.
Where is her father? There is no father.
Remarry one day, then.
One day you might, but for 7 years she's had no father.
Not all of her life, no.
Where is her father?
I don't know.
She has no father.
It doesn't matter now, though.
Yeah, but you think that's not painful for her? You're in denial.
No, I'm not in denial.
Yes, you are.
Difference. No,
you think she's not in pain? You think that doesn't bother her? You think when she goes to school and people say, "What's your daddy's name?" and she doesn't know her daddy's name, and she doesn't know her daddy, and her daddy's not around, you think that's not painful for her?
It's better for me to go ahead and let him be in her life.
No, what would be better is if you waited until you were mature enough to understand what kind of person you were involved with, and not to have. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. I'm telling you, you should have waited until you were mature enough to understand what kind of man you were with. That's what you should have done. But you didn't.
That's why you can't stay in a marriage, because you're so pissed off all the time.
No. Believe me,
I can only imagine. I would love to at least talk to one of the
At least, guess what? At least I didn't inflict my pain on some little girl. Some poor little girl has to go without her daddy, who has to go without a father. Oh, yeah, she's doing just fine, says you.
Where's your father at, by the way? Because you're like a miserable...
He died in 1995. You want to see the death certificate?
You are a miserable person, and it's horrible.
At least, I'll tell you what, unlike your daughter, I knew the home address of my daddy the day he died. Your daughter will never know.
So are you saying that because he's her father and genetically that's the reason he should be in her life?
No, I'm saying you wouldn't have to worry about a bad man being your daughter's life if you didn't have a bad man penetrate you and impregnate you. The reason there's a bad man who's the father of your child is because you picked him. You dated him. You had sex with him without birth control. You gave birth to a baby. You did that.
On birth control.
You did it.
My whole life story,
you did it. You did it. You picked this man. You said, tag, you're it. You tag, you're it. Impregnate me. Go for it.
Eric, I still on the phone listening to you get all
Yes, he is. Eric, do you disagree with anything I'm saying here?
No, sir.
No, sir. He doesn't, because he's learning the hard way.
Well, he's actually... What do you mean he's learning the hard way? He's choosing to do that, though.
No, well, now he's choosing not to do it anymore.
I doubt it. I highly doubt that.
Eric, are you going to continue paying for the preschool, for the bastard child of your single mom, deceptive girlfriend?
I'm ripping out my checkbook as we speak.
Yeah, there you go, Rebecca.
Eric, are you trying to tell me that just because you talked to Tom, who's had 4, probably more divorces upcoming in the future, you're going to go ahead and just not care about this person that you supposedly care about all this time? And not meaning that you have to pay for her child. That doesn't mean that you care for her or don't care for her. You can still be with this girl.
I'm not paying for her child anymore. If you shouldn't
have to pay for her child.
For her child anymore, then she wasn't in the relationship because she cared. She was in the relationship because
that's absolutely
right.
Money. But you shouldn't leave the relationship because you don't want to pay.
I'm not leaving the relationship. I'm stop paying. I'm doing exactly what Tom said. Stop paying, and if it's supposed to be, then it'll work out. But if it's not, then it won't. I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, and I'm going to do it the hard way, but this is the right thing to do because I am a 24-year-old. I've never been in a long-term relationship. This is the first long-term relationship, and now I'm dealing with a child that's not even mine, picking up from preschool, paying for the preschool, buying them clothes, doing all this stuff, helping her out, but I'm not obligated to do this. It was my choice, and I made the wrong choice. And I'm an idiot because I made the wrong choice, but it takes a man to realize that, hey, I made the wrong choice, but now I'm going to be a man about it and do the right thing.
No, but you also have to, if you're going to step out of the relationship, step out all the way.
I'm not going to step out of the relationship. I'm just not going to pay.
He's going to get kicked out of the relationship when he refuses to continue to be a human checkbook. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. No, but now this child is grown to, I'm sure you guys have got some kind of attachment.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
You and the child?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, and that's the thing.
And that's because Mommy is going to rip Eric out of the kid's life once Mommy figures out that Eric is not going to be a human checkbook anymore.
Right, and that's not fair to the child. Well,
and Mommy should deal with that.
You're absolutely right on that.
He's 4 years old. He's 4 years old. His name is not on any of the credit cards. His name is not on any deeds to the house. So he has no part in it. Yeah, it will affect him, but it's not my responsibility.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that you just need to let her know that right away so that the
Absolutely.
Hey, we'll call her right now.
I don't think she'd like that too much, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. Tom, you don't have anything positive to say about women, so I'm sure she would...
Oh, I have plenty to think about. There's no place I would rather deposit sperm. I mean, women are just the best place to do that.
Well, I hope so, unless you go the other route.
Well,
but
I don't. So
I just don't know.
I had nothing positive to say about women.
To you, seriously, and I just don't know what it is that you have that's, so against. Just because you've been divorced.
I'm not against women.
No, but you have so...
I'd like to be up against a few women.
You don't have anything nice to say about
I just said something very nice.
What?
I said there's no better place to deposit sperm.
Okay. So what about all the single dads out there? Or what do you have to say about all the single dads out there who have kids and they're...
I have told countless women who've asked me what to do in a situation like that. You don't want that baggage. I've said it. I have said it. When they ask, I tell them.
You would never date somebody based on the fact that they have a child.
Correct. And especially if they lied to me about it and I found out about it 6 months in. Goodbye.
No, but why are you basing that one person on the fact that they have a child?
Because the child is baggage.
It's not baggage.
It's baggage for the person who dates you.
What if you were married for 5 years? People get married half the time.
I'll tell you what, if I choose to have children, then it won't be baggage. But if I don't choose to be a parent, as I've chosen not to be a parent, and somebody thrusts a child upon me, that's baggage.
No, but what if you have
baggage I don't want. It's baggage Eric doesn't want.
No. But you're above everybody else, right? Because if you should get married again, which God help the girl that marries you, and you have a child, and you...
What makes you think I'm going to have a child?
Okay, you never want kids? Is that what you're saying?
Obviously, you're a new listener.
Obviously, I'm what?
A new listener.
I am a new listener. I just told you that 5 minutes ago.
I don't have children. I don't want to have children.
Okay, And
I certainly don't want to have anybody else's children.
And I'm sure that...
Some other guy who was alcoholic, drug addict, irresponsible, abusive, nasty, in prison, some guy who calls on the telephone and I have to pick up the phone and put you on the phone. I have no interest in that kind of baggage. None.
Well, is there a reason as well? Some lady called up the other day, and as soon as she started to talk about your appearance, you got really pissed.
See, again, this is what every woman with no argument, who has nothing more than emotion, and is devoid of logic. This is what every woman does. That's where you go. Because you have now run out of what you consider to be logical arguments. They're gone. So now that's what you're down to. And you know what? That's where I'm going to draw the line on this conversation, too. Eric, hang on. We got more calls for you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
You say you should get laid for free. There is no such a thing.
Oh, I see. So you're a whore.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. As you can hear from this conversation this hour, why do we need boys' night out? Why do we need to get the guys together and leave the bitches at home? Why? Listen, for God's sake. We're bringing boys' night out to the Inland Empire this Friday, October 7th at 8:30 p.m. And I'm the MC of this vulgar, disgusting show that will offend any chicks within a 10-mile radius. Bobby Slayton's our headliner, John DeResta, Steve Brewer, the whole crew that just did the show in Seattle in front of more than 2,000 screaming individuals. It's over the top, it's out of control, and the boys need a night out by themselves. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. You can call Ticketmaster at 714-740-2000. That's 714-740-2000. You can go to Ticketmaster.com. About 20% of the tickets we've sold have been sold right at the box office at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. You can certainly do that. And if you're a firefighter, and we are honoring the firefighters who've been fighting all of the Southland fires in the last couple of weeks and doing a spectacular job saving homes, protecting lives. Unbelievable. And those boys are our core audience. We're going to make these tickets available at $20, top-of-the-line seats, to get the firefighters. And Dean says somebody from the Los Angeles Fire Department called in, said half of his fire station is coming to attend. He was en route right now to the box office. Now, if you want those tickets and you're a firefighter, you got to come in and show ID. You can't buy these on the web. We need, we don't want everybody saying, I'm a fireman, send me the tickets. So if you're a firefighter, show up at the box office at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. You will get these seats for $20. Call this number for details, 951-788-3944. It's 951-788-3944. It's Boys Night Out this Friday at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. If you need more details, just go to our website, blowmeuptom.com. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. We are here with Eric. Let's say hello here to, look at these. It's Brendan on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Okay, Brendan.
This is one case where I disagree with you. It's just a little while ago I heard Eric say he's tearing up his checkbook. Buddy, you need to tape that thing back up because all of a sudden you called in being a pussy. Now you're not. I need you to go back being a pussy because you're paying for everything that I'm not. I need you to keep doing that. The more you do it, the more money I have.
So, in other words, you're saying that you've impregnated chicks and guys like Eric are making it possible for you to skip off scot-free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the reason why pussies marry chicks like this. So the guys like us can have more money.
Yeah, and the bad boy, he gets to skip off and skate off and impregnate somebody else. That's the way it works.
Exactly.
Right.
They don't want anything to do with us anymore. We got what we need. That's all we care about.
Right on, man.
All right, Eric, there you go. Continue with you as we continue.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I've been out and about, and I've seen these crazy bumper stickers. I saw this one the other day that said, driver carries no cash, he's married. Why doesn't he just put a big bumper sticker that says, hey, I'm a pussy, my wife got my balls?
I hadn't heard of that bumper sticker.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking to Eric, the guy who met a woman who hid the fact she had a child for 6 months. And then when she revealed it, said, oh, and I need money to send him to daycare. And Eric started paying. And she expected him to not just bail her out once, but to continue paying. Sonny on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Eric, how you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man.
Hey, you need to get rid of this gal. I'll tell you what. I went through the same thing. I'm 31 years old now. Dated a gal with a kid for a couple years. She was going to college. I paid for almost everything for her. Right. Finally, I asked her when she got a good job, I said, hey, you need to start paying a little bit more of the bills. Split it up, whatnot. She didn't like that, got rid of me, dumped me. And I'll tell you what, she ran. As soon as I cut her off, she was gone. I'll tell you what, though. You put yourself in gear, work hard for the next 6 years. Instead of eating Oscar Mayer hot dogs with macaroni and cheese, you're going to be down eating at the Met or wherever else every night. You can eat, you'll be eating locker age beef or you'll be eating Oscar Mayer. It's your choice.
Yeah.
All right, Sonny, thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Jay on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
How are you?
Great.
Good. Hey, Eric, I just wanted to let you know you need to cut her off now, because if you don't cut her off now, she could easily hold you financially responsible for that child that you've been supporting.
Yeah.
You have to be really careful about that.
Yeah, that's another thing to consider. I know in Washington State, the minute you do stuff like this, they can say, guess what, even though you're not the father, well, the kid sees you as the father, bing, bang, boom.
The state is all over that.
Then you're paying child support.
Absolutely, and it's not even your kid.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No. And as far as the gal that called in who cut off her child's father, if she can't give a good reason, she should never have done that. It wasn't her right to do that.
There you go.
She's just stupid.
Jay, thank you for that. Amanda, you're on the Tom Leykis Show with Eric. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
I completely agree with that last girl caller. Eric, you're doing the right thing by cutting her off because girls are conniving like that and they will hold you responsible. And if you're only 24, honey, you have your whole life ahead of you because, I mean, that's just ridiculous to sit there and pay for something that's not yours.
Yeah, no. Tell me.
All right, now, Eric, you are going to do this, right? You're going to cut her off.
Yep. I ripped up the checkbook. It's already in the trash.
All right, well, hang on. Dean is going to get your information, and we're going to check back with you because I want to find out how she reacts to you telling her she's not getting any more money for that little bastard crumb cruncher.
The Tom Leykis Show.